Chosen one, pause right here. You did not arrive at this moment by accident. Heaven has aligned your steps with divine precision, and your spirit knows it. Something sacred is drawing near. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural financial breakthrough, an anointed transfer prepared long before you ever prayed for it. What was hidden is being revealed. What was delayed is being released. The Lord whispers, "For I know the plans I have for you, and this moment is one of them." Anointed one, open your heart. A divine unveiling is beginning, and heaven is placing something in your hands. Chosen one, lean in for a moment. Something is stirring around you, something you did not imagine, did not request, yet your spirit has been sensing it for weeks. Maybe it showed up in the way your heart felt heavier than usual, or in those moments when you paused mid-task because it felt like someone whispered your name. Maybe it appeared in the odd timing of events that made no logical sense. But deep inside you knew heaven was getting closer. You knew something hidden was about to break open. And now, here you are, listening, watching, receiving, not because of coincidence, but because divine timing has wrapped itself around this moment. Chosen one. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural unveiling. This is the place where destiny begins to speak. For a long time, you felt like doors were closing without explanation. Opportunities slipped through your fingers, even though you fought with integrity, prayed with sincerity, and waited with faith that stretched your soul. But heaven was not denying you. Heaven was preserving you. There is a difference. Denial removes what was never meant to be yours. Preservation protects what was always written for you, but was not yet safe for you to hold. I know something about that kind of waiting. I've walked through seasons where nothing seemed to move, where prayers felt like they hit the ceiling, where the silence from above felt unbearable. But later, when the dust settled, I understood something powerful. Delay is never abandonment. Sometimes God hides the blessing because the enemy is watching too closely. Sometimes he shields your name until the moment the blessing can no longer be stolen. Chosen one, that is the season you are stepping out of, and the season you are stepping into carries a weight you have never seen before. There are things tied to your identity that are resurfacing, not symbolic things, not vague ideas, real, tangible, measurable things, things that carry value, things that were assigned to you long before betrayal, long before loss, long before life tried to teach you to expect disappointment. For years, your spirit has sensed that something was missing, not emotionally missing, spiritually missing. Something that belonged to you but never arrived. And heaven is whispering now that time is over. There are inheritances hovering around your name, long delayed but never denied. There are blessings that were signed in the spirit, even when your hands never touched the pen. There are divine assignments that carry your identity in ways even you don't fully understand. And just like a seed buried in darkness, they have been quietly waiting for the moment heaven would say, "Rise." Chosen one, that moment is now. You may not know this, but heaven has been orchestrating details behind your back conversations, in rooms you have never walked into, alignments in places far away, shifts in systems designed to overlook you. Yet somehow they could not. Somehow your name resurfaced. Somehow what was buried began to glow. It is no accident that the person assigned to bring this truth forward felt compelled, restless, unable to ignore the pull of your name. When something carries divine instruction, the human hand cannot stop it. Systems cannot silence it. Time cannot erase it. And that is exactly what is happening now. Imagine it, two things tied directly to your identity rising at the same time, one reaching backward to restore what was taken, the other reaching forward to release what is coming. Past and future converging at a single point in time, this point, this moment, this divine appointment. Together they create a restoration so complete that even you will look back and say, "Now I understand." Chosen one, listen carefully. There are seasons when God fights for you in ways you never see. There are battles He wins before you even know there was a threat. And there are blessings He protects until your character, your strength, and your spirit are prepared to carry them correctly. You are prepared now. Everything in your life, the tears you wiped in silence, the betrayals you survived without closure, the nights you whispered prayers into an empty room, all of it has brought you to this moment. You didn't bend, you didn't break, you didn't sell your integrity for temporary comfort. Heaven saw that. Heaven honored that. And now heaven is responding. Chosen one, take a breath. Feel the shift in the atmosphere around you. Something is moving, something is aligning, something is waking up. And whether you realize it or not, you are stepping into the first stage of divine recovery, the recovery of what was yours all along. Chosen one, do you feel that gentle stirring in your spirit, that quiet vibration that says something monumental is about to land in your life? It's not your imagination, it's the unmistakable pull of heaven aligning everything in your favor. The two divine assignments waiting for you are no ordinary blessings. One carries restoration, reaching back to what you thought was lost. The other carries advancement, pointing forward to a destiny you have only glimpsed in dreams and quiet prayers. Together, they form a sacred circle, the promise of completion, the declaration of divine justice, and the whisper of God's unshakable favor. For months, perhaps years, you have sensed that the pieces of your story were scattered. You may have felt overlooked, silenced, or invisible in ways that cut deeper than anyone could see. Yet, even in those moments, heaven was orchestrating the unseen. Every closed door, every missed call, every delayed response was not neglect, it was protection. The Lord was shielding you from interference, guarding your inheritance until the appointed time. The one who was meant to deliver these truths was being prepared, guided by the hand of God, and now that moment has arrived. Picture this, a messenger appointed and anointed carrying what was meant for you. Not by chance, not by coincidence, not by human scheduling, but by divine orchestration. Every detail in their path, every move, every thought has been pulled into alignment by the courts of heaven. The files, the documents, the letters, each element is charged with purpose. And as that messenger steps closer to delivering your blessings, the spiritual atmosphere itself responds. The air around them hums with anticipation. Even the unseen realm leans in to witness the fulfillment of what was written before the foundations of time. Chosen one, this is not metaphor. This is a supernatural convergence. The delay you once thought was denial is now a testament to God's precision. Nothing has been lost. Nothing has been forgotten. And as you watch, as you receive this word, your spirit begins to recognize the truth. What belongs to you cannot be erased. The enemy may have tried to bury it, to hide it, to confuse it, but divine order cannot be overridden. Your patience, your endurance, your unwavering faith all have triggered a cosmic realignment. I want you to consider something. Think of the seasons you've walked through, the nights that felt endless, the mornings that came with uncertainty. Each tear, each moment of longing, each whispered prayer into silence was recorded in heaven. Not one went unnoticed. The justice that now comes to you is not arbitrary. It is the full expression of God's faithfulness. The things you poured into without recognition, the sacrifices that felt invisible, the humility that kept you in the background, all of it is returning, and it's returning amplified. It's returning with authority. It's returning as proof that God honors integrity over compromise, faithfulness over expediency, and obedience over the applause of men. Chosen one, this is your divine inheritance rising. One of the assignments reaching back restores what was stolen or delayed: a message, a payment, a reconciliation, a validation, a tangible token of God's faithfulness. The other points forward: a release of access, opportunity, favor, and spiritual empowerment, things you may have longed for but never thought would arrive simultaneously. And here they are converging, speaking directly to your identity, confirming that you are seen, you are valued, and you are chosen. Notice how heaven moves quietly, yet powerfully. Even the systems of man, the offices, the archives, the bureaucracy that once hindered your progress now serve your alignment. Doors open without effort, contacts respond without prompting, confirmations arise that could only be orchestrated by a higher authority. This is what happens when God steps in and nothing can stand in the way. He is rewriting the narrative, not with confusion or compromise, but with clarity and authority. There is a sacred rhythm to this unfolding. The messenger doesn't just deliver information. They carry activation, a release of spiritual authority, insight, discernment, and destiny. When their hands touch what belongs to you, it is more than paper. It is vibration. It is frequency. It awakens what has been dormant, corrects what was misaligned, and positions you for the fullness of your assignment. What may have once seemed inaccessible is now tangible, visible, and undeniable. Chosen one. I want you to pause here and feel the weight of that. Feel the reality that every step, every struggle, every delayed breakthrough has prepared you for this moment. Heaven has not been idle. Every prayer you whispered, every tear you shed, every act of integrity, every moment of forgiveness, all of it has been moving in unseen ways toward this divine convergence. Your inheritance, both spiritual and material, is arriving, and it carries the signature of God Himself. Even as you hear this, know that your spirit is being attuned to receive it. The alignment is not just in the natural, it is in the spiritual. Angels are shifting, atmospheres are bending and unseen. Forces are making space for your breakthrough. You are not a bystander in this. You are the chosen recipient. You are the one appointed. Your readiness, your openness, and your surrender are the final catalysts for this supernatural transfer. And as this unfolds, remember, this is not about haste. It is about divine timing. It is about alignment. It is about positioning. Everything that arrives, everything that manifests, everything that opens to you comes fully formed, fully confirmed, fully yours, because heaven cannot make a mistake. Chosen. One now is the moment to lift your awareness higher. Feel the energy around you shift, a subtle but undeniable vibration that tells your spirit something extraordinary is being released. The two assignments you are about to encounter are not just ordinary blessings, they are sacred markers of divine favor strategically preserved until the precise time of activation. One restores what was lost, and the other propels you forward into a destiny so carefully designed that every detail, every interaction, every unseen force has been orchestrated to ensure it reaches you. This is the convergence of your patience and heaven's timing. Understand this, anointed one. What you are receiving is not bound by human logic, limited by circumstance, or constrained by fear. These are supernatural transfers, blessings that were sealed in the spiritual realm before you ever breathed your first breath. Every delay you endured was intentional. Every silent night was preparation. Even the moments you doubted were not ignored. They were building depth, resilience, and discernment in your spirit. This is why what comes to you now will carry weight. It will not only restore, it will elevate. It will not only repair, it will empower, and it will awaken within you a confidence that is unshakable because it is anchored in heaven itself. Think about the obstacles you have faced, the doors that slammed, the promises that seemed empty, the opportunities that vanished without explanation. In the natural, it looked like defeat. In the spiritual, it was divine strategy. Those events were not random. They were positioning maneuvers orchestrated by the unseen hand of God. Every closed pathway has created space for a breakthrough that is unparalleled, unanticipated by the world, but perfectly aligned with your destiny. Chosen one. You are standing at a threshold where the impossible becomes possible, where what was delayed is now accelerated, and where supernatural restoration intersects with earthly reality. Now consider the messenger appointed to deliver this transfer. Their journey has been divinely guided, their path aligned with yours before you ever knew it. Every hesitation, every step, every interaction has been meticulously directed by God. And when they arrive, when the hands that carry your inheritance reach out to you, it is not mere formality. It is a spiritual rendezvous, a prophetic intersection, where heaven hands you what has always belonged to you. Feel the gravity of this. You are not receiving from man, you are receiving from the courts of heaven. And when the documents, the letters, the symbols of your divine inheritance touch your hands, they are more than ink and paper. They carry the authority, the favor, and the spiritual energy of God Himself. Chosen one, understand the significance of the two envelopes. One restores. It returns what was taken, validates what was denied, and heals what was wounded. It is a tangible confirmation that heaven honors your endurance, your faith, and your integrity. The other is forward-looking. It is prophetic. It carries keys, access, and anointing for the path ahead, a pathway you have longed for but could not see clearly until now. Together, they form a sacred alignment, the bridge between the past you could not control and the future you were destined to embrace. This is a Kairos moment, a divine pivot that shifts the entire trajectory of your life. I want you to reflect for a moment, Anointed One, on the invisible forces that have been working on your behalf. Your family's legacy, your spiritual assignments, the prayers whispered in secret, the faith exercised in silence, all of these elements converge in this very hour. Heaven has been preparing, watching, orchestrating. Every obstacle that seemed insurmountable has only confirmed the integrity of this transfer. Nothing about what is coming is random. Every detail has divine fingerprinting. Every whisper of hope, every flicker of faith, every moment you chose patience over panic has set the stage for what is arriving now. Feel the weight of this truth. You are not merely a recipient. You are a co-author in this unfolding story. Your readiness, your surrender, your expectation all activate the flow of heaven's blessings. When you receive it is not passive. It is an engagement. It is a partnership with the Spirit that moves mountains, shifts atmospheres, and transforms legacies. Heaven has been silent in order to prepare you for the fullness of what is about to be revealed. This is why the timing is perfect, why the alignment is precise, and why the impact will be undeniable. And hear this, chosen one, as these two assignments reach you, you will notice immediate shifts. Doors that once refused to open will yield. Conversations that seemed stalled will now progress. Opportunities that were elusive will find their way to you. Even the unseen realm is rearranging itself to accommodate your inheritance. Angels are on assignment assigned to escort, protect, and activate these blessings. Your alignment triggers divine momentum, and once you step forward, the trajectory of your life will never be the same. Finally, let this resonate deep within you. This is not about coincidence, luck, or chance. This is supernatural transfer. This is prophetic alignment. This is the moment where heaven says, "Rise, take what is yours, and walk in authority." You have been prepared. You have been purified. You have been positioned. And now, Anointed One, the divine manifestation of your faith, is beginning to materialize. Chosen. One, take a deep breath and receive this truth. The two assignments waiting for you are more than symbolic. They are living, breathing confirmations of God's faithfulness. One reaches back into your past to restore what was stolen, denied, or delayed. The other reaches forward to bring the fullness of your destiny into alignment with your identity. Together they form a sacred symmetry, a divine blueprint that heaven has been executing silently while the world thought you were waiting in vain. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of endurance has been carefully recorded in the heavens. Think about the times when your patience was tested, when you quietly carried burdens others could not see, when doors slammed shut in your face or promises faded before you could claim them. That was not failure, chosen one. That was preparation. Heaven was shaping your spirit, refining your faith, and positioning you for a breakthrough so precise it could only be orchestrated by God Himself. Every obstacle you endured was a rehearsal, every setback a signal that the timing was not yet perfect. And now the hour has come. The court of heaven has opened. The seals are being broken. The envelopes are being delivered. Imagine the messenger approaching. This is not an ordinary courier. This is a divine envoy moved by the Spirit, directed by revelation, and compelled by a higher authority that operates beyond human comprehension. Their steps are not random, their eyes are not casual, their hands are guided by the invisible currents of heaven. Even the environment responds. Lights flicker, screens, glitch, doors open unexpectedly. This is a supernatural alignment, chosen one. Your name vibrates through the corridors of heaven, echoing in systems designed to hold back what was yours until now. Inside the first envelope is restoration. It carries tangible confirmation that your endurance has not gone unnoticed. What was withheld will be returned. What was delayed will be activated. What was silenced will now speak with authority. This is justice, but it is not punitive. It is restorative. It heals wounds you thought would never close, validates the sacrifices you made in secret, and establishes your position as one who cannot be erased, one who is marked by divine favor. As you hold it in your hands, chosen one, feel the energy, feel the vibration, feel the recognition of your worth, ordained, sealed, and approved by heaven itself. The second envelope carries a forward-moving activation. It is prophetic. It is functional. It contains keys to opportunities, insights, and favor that will expand your capacity to operate in alignment with God's purpose. These are gifts you have not earned by struggle alone, but have been prepared for through character, perseverance, and surrender. Heaven knows the weight you can carry. Heaven knows the faith you have nurtured even when circumstances suggested otherwise. And now the blessings are proportionate to the strength of your heart and the depth of your obedience. Chosen one, recognize the spiritual mechanisms at play. Your alignment is activating acceleration. Your faith is igniting momentum. Angels are dispatched unseen but palpable, shifting atmospheres to accommodate your inheritance. Even the forces that attempted to block, delay, or confuse are now repositioned to serve the purpose of divine revelation. What seemed impossible is bending in your favor. What once appeared out of reach is now moving within grasp. This is the supernatural order of God, and you are at the center of it. Let me remind you, timing matters. You are not receiving a half measure. You are not being given scraps. What comes to you is full, complete, and immediate. There is no delay. There is no compromise. There is no error. Heaven's design is precise, and its execution is flawless. You're entering a season where what was once hidden becomes visible, where what was once blocked becomes open, and where what was once scattered becomes aligned. Every prayer you prayed in silence, every act of integrity, every moment you chose faith over fear, all of it has contributed to this moment of supernatural transfer. And now, chosen one, feel the sacred weight of it. This is not just about material blessing. It is not only about opportunity. It is about identity restoration and authority. It is about stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be, carrying both the testimony of your past and the promise of your future. You are being positioned to walk in a reality that reflects the faithfulness of God. Every ripple of your obedience has led here. Every whisper of faith has summoned this hour. Every tear of patience has unlocked these blessings. Anointed one, breathe and receive. Stand ready, expectant, and open. As the envelopes reach you, let your spirit recognize what your eyes have not yet fully seen: a divine restoration, a supernatural alignment, and a prophetic transfer that will change the trajectory of your life. The unseen has been at work, and now the natural begins to reflect the glory, favor, and authority of heaven. Chosen one. I want you to picture this clearly. Somewhere in the unseen there is a table with your name on it. On that table sits a leather folder, and inside that folder are two envelopes that carry the weight of years. One reaches backward, gathering every place you were mishandled, misunderstood, overlooked, or quietly robbed. The other reaches forward, stretching into the future you were always meant to walk in. What is happening now in your life is heaven opening that folder in real time. This is not imagination. This is alignment. This is the moment where what you have survived and what you are called to become finally meet. The first envelope is restoration. It is heaven's response to every time you said, "God, did you see that?" and felt no immediate reply. It holds the recompense for unpaid sacrifices, unseen loyalty, and silent endurance. It is the divine record of every time you chose integrity over retaliation, obedience over convenience, surrender over control. You thought you were doing those things alone. You were not. Angels were watching. Heaven was documenting. Now that envelope is being opened. It does not only carry financial or practical blessings, even though those are included. It carries a verdict. What was taken will not define you. What was denied will not be your end. What was stolen will not remain in the hands of those who misused you. Anointed one. When restoration begins, it often feels strange at first. You may notice people reaching out from your past systems, correcting errors in your favor. Doors you once knocked on suddenly opening without you touching the handle. You may see refunds, opportunities, reconciliations, or hidden truths emerging. Pay attention. Do not write these off as coincidence. They are pieces of the first envelope spilling into your daily life. They are signs that the court of heaven has ruled and the implementation has begun. Restoration is not always loud, but it is always precise. Not one detail is missed. The second envelope is activation. If the first one heals where you have been, the second one awakens where you are going. This envelope holds keys, instructions, and invitations disguised as opportunities. It may come as a new idea that will not leave you alone, a business concept that suddenly makes sense, a relocation that pulls on your spirit, a partnership that feels deeply aligned, or a door that opens in a sphere you never thought you would enter. The second envelope is heaven telling you, you are ready now. What I put in you is mature enough to carry more. Chosen. One activation is not just about activity, it is about identity. When this second envelope opens, God is not just giving you things to do, He is revealing who you are. You will notice your confidence shifting. The spaces that used to intimidate you will now feel like assignments. The people you once idolized will now feel like peers. The ceilings you once accepted will now feel like lies. This is because the envelope is not just in your hand, it is in your spirit. It is unfolding in your thinking, your language, your posture. You begin to move like someone who has been entrusted, not just rescued. There is a tension in this moment. Part of you still remembers the waiting, the disappointments, the losses. Another part of you can feel something holy rising, something that says, this time is different. I want you to know that this tension is normal. You are standing in a hallway between who you had to be to survive and who you are called to be to steward what is coming. Do not rush it. Do not sabotage it. Let the Spirit teach you how to carry both gratitude for restoration and readiness for promotion. This is what maturity feels like. Anointed One. I have walked through smaller versions of this in my own life. Seasons where it felt like God was quietly paying me back for years I had written off as wasted. Moments where unexpected favor, provision, or opportunity would appear with a timing that made no sense logically, but felt perfect in my spirit. I learned something crucial in those moments. Breakthrough is not just about what arrives. It is about who you become while you receive it. If you do not let God reshape your mindset, you will treat miracles like accidents and blessings like temporary events instead of assignments. That is why, in this hour, your agreement matters more than your understanding. You will not have all the answers. You will not see every detail of the path. But you can decide to say, yes, Lord, I receive what you are restoring. Yes, Lord, I accept what you are activating. Your yes does not create the envelopes, but your yes helps you hold them. It stabilizes you when the changes come quickly. It anchors you when old fears try to tell you that this will not last. You might feel tempted to downplay what is happening, to talk yourself out of it because you are afraid of disappointment. Chosen One, that is the old pattern trying to reattach itself. In this season, heaven is inviting you to speak differently, to say, this is real. God is moving on my behalf. I am not an exception to His goodness. I am an example of His faithfulness. That does not mean bragging. It means agreeing with the truth. The more you align your words with what heaven is doing, the easier it becomes for your heart to rest in it. As the envelopes unfold, you will also notice that your relationships begin to shift. Some people will be drawn to the light on your life. Others will be uncomfortable with your elevation. Do not chase those who pull away, and do not idolize those who appear. Ask one simple question: who is aligned with the God story being written through me right now? Restoration and activation will always refine your circle. It is not punishment, it is protection. Chosen One. Let this part of the journey be an altar, not just a moment. Take time to acknowledge what God is doing. Write it, speak it, thank Him for it. Pause long enough to feel the weight of the envelopes in your spirit. The first says, "You are not forgotten." The second says, "You are now commissioned." Together, they declare, your story is not just being repaired, it is being redefined. You are standing in the intersection of justice and calling, mercy and assignment, healing and promotion. Do not shrink back. Do not apologize for God doing what only He can do. Receive it with humility and boldness. This is not hype. This is your holy transition. Chosen one. As we move deeper into this revelation, I want you to understand something clearly. What heaven is doing in you is just as important as what heaven is doing for you. The envelopes, the restoration, the activation, the legal language, the prophetic storyline, all of it is real in the spirit. But if your heart, your habits, and your inner posture do not shift with it, you will feel like someone holding treasure they are afraid to touch. This is why God is not only releasing breakthrough, He's also retraining your spirit. For years you have lived in survival mode. You learned how to stretch little, how to brace for disappointment, how to prepare for things to fall apart, so it hurt less when they did. Your nervous system, your emotions, your thought patterns became familiar with trouble. Even when good moments came, part of you always waited for something to go wrong. That is what trauma teaches. Do not relax. Do not trust the moment. Something bad will follow. Anointed One Heaven is confronting that now. This divine transfer is not just money, opportunity, or justice. It is a re-education of your soul. The Spirit of God is teaching you how to live as someone who expects goodness, not disaster. Someone who believes blessing can stay. Someone who trusts that open doors are not traps, but answers. This shift is holy. It may feel strange. You might even find yourself wanting to sabotage good things because they feel unfamiliar. Recognize that urge for what it is, the echo of an old season, not the voice of God. You may notice in this time that life slows you down on purpose. Plans reschedule, people cancel, silence stretches. Do not misread that as abandonment. Sometimes heaven slows your pace, so your spirit has time to catch up to your new reality. Before God releases you into rooms where you will carry influence, He will sit with you in rooms where you carry nothing but His presence. He will teach you to be at peace without performance, without proving anything to anyone, without constantly striving to justify your existence. Chosen one, begin to meet God in these quiet pockets. Put your hand over your heart and simply say, "Lord, teach me how to live like someone you have already vindicated." Let that line sink in. You are not begging for vindication anymore. You are being trained to live on the other side of it. When you meditate on that, your vibe changes. You no longer walk into conversations from a place of defensiveness or desperation. You walk in as someone whose case has already been settled in a higher court. This is where practical habits become spiritual weapons. The way you talk to yourself in the mirror, the way you speak over your day, the way you respond to small inconveniences, all of these become training grounds. When something goes wrong, instead of saying, "Here we go again, it always happens to me," you begin to say, "No, my steps are ordered." Even this will turn for good. You are not pretending things are perfect. You are refusing to agree with the lie that you are cursed or forgotten. Anointed one, let's talk about money for a moment, because a divine transfer often includes the material realm too. When God restores what was delayed or stolen, the goal is not for you to just spend it and slide back into old cycles. The goal is stewardship. New money requires a new mindset. You may feel prompted to save differently, to pay off certain things, to sow into specific places, to invest with more wisdom than before. Do not ignore those nudges. They are part of the activation. Heaven is not only blessing you, heaven is teaching you how to handle blessing. Maybe no one ever taught you how to manage increase. Maybe you grew up watching chaos, scarcity, or reckless spending. Now the Spirit of God is mentoring you. You might start researching, learning, seeking counsel, making small but intentional changes. That is not you being extra, that is you honoring the transfer. A chosen one does not treat miracle money like convenience cash. A chosen one asks, Lord, how do you want me to move with this? You will also notice emotional triggers rising to the surface. Old fears of betrayal, abandonment, control, and loss may flare up as new doors open. Do not panic when this happens. It does not mean you are going backward. Often when God elevates you, He surfaces old wounds so they can be healed at a deeper level. Instead of running from those emotions, bring them into the light. Say, God, this fear is loud, but I know this season is different. Meet me here. Heal this place. Chosen one, your relationships are going to feel this shift as well. Some people will celebrate what God is doing in you. Others will feel intimidated, confused, or distant. You are not responsible for managing everyone's reaction to your elevation. You are responsible for guarding your heart, walking in humility, and staying obedient. Bless those who cheer for you. Release those who resent you. Ask God for discernment about who can walk with you in this next chapter, not out of convenience, but out of true alignment. Pay attention to the quiet confirmations God sends. It might be a random stranger speaking life into you. It might be a scripture that keeps appearing. It might be a series of coincidences that all point in the same direction. Heaven speaks in layers. The more you acknowledge those layers, the clearer the voice becomes. Keep a simple record, a note on your phone, a journal, a voice memo. When doubt tries to creep in, go back and listen to your own history with God. You will see a pattern. He has never abandoned you, even when you did not understand His timing. Anointed one, there is another layer rest. Divine transfer is not carried on exhausted shoulders. When God restores and promotes you, He also calls you into deeper rest, not laziness, but trust. You learn when to say no, when to unplug, when to step back from chaos. You realize not every battle requires your presence. Not every comment demands a response. Not every storm is yours to fix. Your rest becomes a prophetic statement. I believe God is working even when I am still. As you walk through this, you may feel a tender ache, a grief for lost years, wasted seasons, past versions of you that did not know any better. Honor that feeling, but do not drown in it. Let those tears water the ground of your future. God wastes nothing. Even your regrets are being folded into redemption. Every year you thought was vacant is becoming soil for what is now sprouting. Chosen one, let this be your quiet confession in this season. I am no longer living as the version of me who was waiting to be chosen. I am living as the one heaven has already chosen. Say it until your nervous system believes it. Say it until your decisions reflect it. Say it until your posture shifts. Because once you truly accept that, you stop chasing validation and start carrying assignment. What is coming next will stretch you, bless you, and transform you. But before you run into it, let this sink deep. You are safe in God's hands. The transfer is real. The timing is perfect. The preparation has not been wasted. And you, chosen one, are not standing on the edge of a possibility. You are standing in the middle of a prophecy unfolding. Chosen one, pause and receive this truth. What is coming to you is not delayed by accident. Every element, every detail, every seemingly small event has been arranged by heaven to bring you to this precise hour. You are standing at the epicenter of divine orchestration, and what you are about to experience is a supernatural restoration and activation that will shift your identity, your authority, and your destiny. The two envelopes before you are not merely symbolic. They are sacred instruments of God's timing. One carries restoration, a return of what was once taken, denied, or withheld. The other carries advancement, a prophetic key to your future, unlocking access, favor, and alignment in ways that human eyes cannot yet perceive. For too long, perhaps years, you have endured in silence. You have labored in the shadows, whispered prayers no one heard, and remained faithful even when it seemed that nothing was moving. Chosen. 1. Every ounce of patience, every night spent wrestling in prayer, every act of integrity has been recorded in heaven. And now the fullness of that record is being released. This is not about human timing, luck, or coincidence. It is divine calibration. Heaven has been quietly orchestrating your breakthrough, shaping circumstances and orchestrating alignments so that the moment your hands touch these envelopes, everything shifts. The messenger bringing these assignments is more than a human carrier. They are a vessel chosen and appointed by the Spirit. Every step they take, every breath they draw in this task has been guided by God. The environment itself responds, doors open before them, screens flicker, clocks pause, subtle confirmations that the spiritual realm is bending in agreement with heaven's plan. This is supernatural synchronization. The one who seeks to deliver what is rightfully yours does so under divine instruction, and the moment of encounter carries the power to awaken faith, confirm destiny, and activate your assignment. Look closely, Anointed One. The first envelope restores what was lost. It is tangible, visible, and unmistakable. It corrects records, restores honor, and heals emotional and spiritual wounds you thought would never close. It is a prophetic acknowledgement of your endurance and faithfulness, a validation that what you invested in heaven quietly, faithfully, and sacrificially was never wasted. This restoration is a signal the seasons of waiting are complete, the delays were purposeful, and the divine order of your life cannot be overturned. The second envelope carries the prophetic acceleration. It is forward-looking, containing keys, insights, and opportunities aligned with your future assignment. As you engage with it, you will find doors opening, connections forming, and confirmations appearing that signal divine favor. What was once invisible is now tangible. What was once distant is now immediate. The energy it carries activates your authority, awakens dormant gifts, and aligns circumstances to fulfill the prophetic design of your life. Chosen One, understand the sacred rhythm unfolding. You are not merely a recipient, you are a participant. Your faith, readiness, and spiritual posture activate the flow of this transfer. Every thought you have, every step you take, every act of surrender positions you to receive not just the envelopes, but the authority, favor, and alignment they represent. Heaven responds to obedience, and your alignment triggers momentum that even the natural realm must honor. Even now you may notice subtle shifts, a quiet peace replacing anxiety, clarity rising where confusion once dwelled, synchronicities confirming that what is being released is not random. Every element of your environment, from people to opportunities to unseen spiritual forces, is aligning with your inheritance. This is the sacred power of divine timing. Heaven is confirming that your story is being rewritten, that restoration and promotion are being delivered simultaneously, and that the legacy of your faithfulness will be visible in both the natural and spiritual realms. Anointed One, take this moment to stand firm. Declare your readiness. Speak your faith aloud. Affirm within your heart that you are ready to receive what heaven has prepared. Say, I accept my inheritance. I embrace my assignment. I walk in alignment with God's purpose. Let your words, your posture, and your spirit match the sacred rhythm of this transfer. This is your crossover. This is your activation. This is your moment of supernatural alignment. Chosen One, as this divine story unfolds, notice something subtle but powerful. Heaven is not only changing what is around you, heaven is changing what is within you. The restoration and activation symbolized by the two envelopes are not just external events, they are internal upgrades. One touches your circumstances, the other transforms your mindset, your identity, your expectation. Together, they recalibrate how you see God, how you see yourself, and how you see your future. For so long, you were conditioned to expect disappointment. Plans fell through. People walked away. Opportunities crumbled right when you started to hope. Quietly, a belief settled into your soul. Maybe I'm just not meant to receive good things easily. But heaven never agreed with that. God never signed off on a story of constant loss over your life. The delays, denials, and detours were not proof of rejection, they were proof of protection. Anointed One. The first envelope of restoration is heaven's way of confronting that old story. It is the Father saying, I saw what was stolen, mishandled and hidden in darkness, and I will not let your story end there. When restoration shows up, whether through a financial release, a long-awaited answer, a reconciliation, or a hidden truth finally surfacing, it does more than fix a situation. It heals a narrative inside of you. You begin to realize you were never cursed, never forgotten, never passed over. You were being preserved. The second envelope, the one that propels you forward, carries something delicate and holy: permission to dream again, permission to expect again, permission to believe that your life can move into levels you have never seen. It is one thing to receive back what you lost. It is another to trust that greater is ahead. Heaven is not just restoring you to where you were. Heaven is launching you into who you are. This is where your agreement matters. Heaven can deliver the assignment, but your heart must say yes. Your words, thoughts, and daily decisions either lock or unlock the flow of what has been sent. This is why it matters how you speak about yourself now. You can no longer rehearse sentences born from trauma, disappointment, or fear. You are entering a season where your language must align with your legacy. Practically, this means you begin to speak like someone who expects favor, not rejection. You plan as if resources will show up, not as if lack is your destiny. You move through your day aware that you carry spiritual weight. You are not just trying to survive, you are walking as an heir of a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Picture yourself at a table in the natural or in your spirit, with those two envelopes in front of you. Maybe in your real life, it is not paper at all. Maybe it is an unexpected email, a phone call, a cleared debt, a fresh opportunity, a surprising apology. However it appears, pause and sit with it in your spirit. Let it register that heaven has intervened. This is not just something nice happening. This is evidence that God has tracked your journey and chosen this moment as a turning point. Anointed One, heaven is not only updating your file, heaven is upgrading your posture. You will notice your reactions changing. Where you used to panic, you will pause and pray. Where you assumed the worst, you will look for God's hand. Where you once felt powerless, you will sense authority. This is not forced positivity. This is spiritual alignment. I know what it is to carry a heaviness that does not match what people see on the outside, to keep going, while parts of your soul still wait in a hallway no one else can see. That is why this season is holy. God is visiting that inner waiting room. The same presence that aligned the messenger, uncovered the hidden things, and restored what was stolen, is now walking through the places inside you that felt suspended in time. Do not rush past this. Take time to write things down. Journal the confirmations, the small signs, the impossible alignments. You are not being dramatic. You are stewarding evidence. Your life is becoming a record of prophecy fulfilled, and what you capture now will strengthen someone else later. Chosen one. The envelopes may be symbolic, but the transfer is real. Your atmosphere has shifted. Your identity is catching up to what heaven always knew about you. And from here, the story moves into something deeper, not only what you receive, but who you become because of it. Chosen one, by now you can feel it. This is not just another encouraging word to hear and forget. This is a line in the sand in your spirit. After this, you cannot go back to seeing yourself as someone overlooked last in line or begging for scraps of favor. Heaven has made it clear that you are an heir, and heirs cannot live like beggars. Anointed one, think about the way you wake up. For a long time, you opened your eyes expecting another battle, another delay, another heavy day to drag through. But in this new chapter, the way you rise must change. Before you touch your phone, before you rehearse yesterday's worries, whisper, "Father, thank you that I wake up inside a story you have already redeemed." That one sentence shifts your atmosphere. You are no longer starting from deficit, but from divine surplus. You may still see bills, responsibilities, and unresolved situations. The difference now is you no longer see them as proof that God forgot you. You see them as temporary scenes inside a larger script already written for your good. The two envelopes, restoration and activation, are like lenses. Through the first, you look back and say, "Even there, God was tracking me." Through the second, you look forward and say, "Even there, God has prepared something for me." This does not mean everything will suddenly be easy. There will still be resistance and obstacles, but you are not facing them as the same person. Before you fought to be seen. Now you move as someone heaven has already validated. Before you tried to prove your worth. Now you carry yourself as someone whose worth cannot be negotiated. That inner shift is the true mark of a divine transfer. Chosen one, heaven is trusting you with more influence, insight, responsibility, and resource. That is why character matters so much in this hour. Do not let the excitement of elevation make you forget the discipline that protected you in obscurity. Guard your heart. Guard your integrity. Guard your private life. The anointing on your life is not a game. You may feel prompted to simplify, to declutter your home, your schedule, your digital world. When God brings you into a new season, He often calls you to make room. Release what no longer fits your assignment. Old grudges, draining conversations, narratives that chain you to who you used to be. Letting go is not losing. It is making space for what matches your calling. Anointed one, allow yourself to imagine again. Sit in quiet moments and picture yourself handling blessing with wisdom, walking through new doors with humility, using your voice to heal, not harm. See yourself calm and grounded, even when life moves fast. Heaven is not just handing you resources. Heaven is shaping the person who will carry them. There will be days when doubt whispers that you misheard, that nothing is really changing. On those days, remember the evidence, the timing of this word, the confirmations that followed the inner shift you cannot fully explain. That is not fantasy. That is fruit. Never forget, the transfer is not only about what comes to you, but what flows through you. You are being positioned as an answer to prayers you did not hear in rooms you have not yet entered. Your restoration will be someone else's proof that God still sees and restores. So walk forward with quiet confidence. Live like someone whose file in heaven is stamped complete and whose future is marked in progress. You are not outside hoping to be picked. You have already been chosen, already been marked, already written into a greater plan. Anointed one, this is your moment, not to strive, but to align, to breathe, to receive, to step into what has always carried your name. Chosen one. As we come to the end of this message, I want you to breathe this in deeply. You are not standing in an ordinary moment. You are standing inside your Kairos moment, your divinely appointed time. The transfer has already begun. What was hidden is being exposed. What was delayed is being released. What was written in heaven is now moving toward you on earth. Anointed one, the same God who aligned the lawyer, uncovered the file, and preserved what carried your name, is the God who now stretches his hand over you. I declare over you the weight is lifting, the seals are breaking, and your legacy is stepping out of the shadows into light. You are not chasing miracles. You are walking as the evidence of a miracle already in motion. May every holy assignment tied to your name locate you without delay. May every resource opportunity and open door that belongs to you come into alignment. May your mind be steady, your heart be strong, and your spirit remain sensitive to the leading of God in this hour. Chosen one, stay faithful. Stay pure in your intentions. Stay aligned with the flow of the anointing. Walk as if heaven has already ruled in your favor, because it has. Look ahead with gratitude, not fear, knowing that what is about to manifest is not random. It is written. If this word resonated in your spirit, let your agreement be known. Comment Amen as your prophetic signature. Share this with another chosen one who needs to be reminded that heaven has not forgotten them. And if you desire to walk further in these revelations, you are welcome to subscribe and journey with us. Go now in peace, in authority, and in quiet confidence. Your name is known in heaven. Your time is now.